Let's get started then. A government budget is just like a personal budget with a lot more money to manage and a wide range of choices that impact a whole population. In a personal budget, a person will bring in money through a job or investments, or if you're in school, maybe an allowance. In government, we call money coming in revenue. In Ontario, our revenue comes from several different sources, but the main source is taxes. Our fall economic statement updated the province's finances since the 2011 budget. In it, we estimated Ontario's revenue to be $108 billion. Just like a personal budget, government also has expenses. Many of the government's expenses are defined within Canada's Constitution, giving Ontario specific responsibilities we must manage for our citizens. For example, major expenses within Ontario's budget are education and health care. However, the province isn't responsible for providing things like national defense. That's the federal government. And the province doesn't pay for picking up garbage. That's your city or town's responsibility. This year, we have budgeted for $124 billion in expenditures. Now, did you notice something? Ontario is bringing in $108 billion in revenue, but we're spending $124 billion. That means we are spending $16 billion more than we have. In government, we call that difference a deficit. But it isn't always like this. The global recession that was felt around the world a few years ago also affected us here in Ontario. Just as the recession took a bite out of household budgets, it took its tolls on the provincial budget too. We took action. Our government, like many others, invested heavily in stimulus, building roads, bridges, and other important infrastructure. Because of that, Ontario is running a deficit. In other words, we're spending more money than our government is bringing in. When you spend more than you earn, then you have to borrow to close the gap. What you borrow becomes debt. If we don't lower and eventually eliminate the deficit, government debt will grow. That's why our government created a plan to eliminate the deficit by 2017-18. Through our plan, 6 years from now, the amount of money coming into government revenues will match the amount of money going out, expenses. To do this, we need to make tough decisions about how and where we spend government money. And I'd like your help. Please answer the questions below before the next video.